Here's the big question of the morning, and you two, you're not getting away with this. I want to know, could you live your life without telling a single lie? Not even a little white one.
Not a little white lie.
Not even a little one. Yeah, I'll let you think on it. Because we're about to meet our next guest, who has vowed to do exactly that after spending the last 3 decades essentially lying in small and big ways to friends and family. Now, journalist and author Radhika Sanghani joins me now. Good morning.
Morning.
This is called radical honesty, isn't it?
Yeah.
Tell me a bit about what you were doing, because you went to see a therapist, and was part of the fact that you were lying to people something that you knew you were doing, or was it something that the therapy made you realise you were doing?
I had no idea that I was a liar. Like, it's not something... I didn't identify as
Did you just think, I'm a very honest, straightforward person?
I thought I was just a really nice, kind person, you know?
Interesting.
And so that's what therapy made me realise, that all those times I thought I was, you know, being super kind and not hurting people's feelings, avoiding telling them the truth so that, you know, I would protect them. My therapist was like, oh, so actually you're lying to those people. You know, when you're telling someone, if I'm cancelling plans, pretending, you know, I'm unwell when actually I don't want to go, he's like, oh, so you lied. And I was like, oh, I mean, I suppose it is a lie. And honestly, those sessions really, really shifted the way that I saw lying. And I realised that actually I'd been dishonest my whole life. And in doing that, I wasn't just dishonest to the people I loved or, you know, colleagues or just anyone in my life. I was being dishonest to myself. And that's really what made me think, I don't want to do this anymore. I've just been lying to people please. I don't want to people please. I want to start being truthful.
And to protect yourself from their reaction, I guess.
I suppose so, yeah. I guess there was a fear, you
like
know?
a confrontation avoidance type thing almost. So tell me then, so you left the therapist's room that day and you actually did decide, I am not, even if, and it must have got very uncomfortable, I'm thinking, quite quickly. What were the sort of circumstances that arose pretty quickly where you thought, oh, I'm going to have to be truthful here in a way that I wasn't before?
So the hardest thing when I decided to just, you know, I'm going to give up lying 100%, the hardest thing was realising, oh, wait, I lie constantly and I had no idea. You know, even a message like, do you fancy a coffee? In the past, I would just be like, oh, would love to, you know, but I'm not free. And now I'm like, well, I actually am free. I just don't want to. So I had
this is, I know, look at their reactions. We're all like, even the gallery, everyone in the gallery is like, oh. So hang on, right, so you are free. This is a nightmare scenario for everybody watching because we have all been there.
Yeah.
So you are free, but you just don't want to go.
Exactly.
What do you say, Radhika?
So the thing that I've really learned is how to do this stuff kindly and also to not overshare. I think in the past I thought, you know, lying, being honest meant you just tell everyone everything. I don't need to give them a spiel.
There was a film, wasn't there, where you know, you couldn't stop telling the truth, but that's not quite the same.
No,
what you're
exactly.
saying.
What I'm learning is that you can say things kindly. I can just say, oh, I'm not available, but I'll get in touch another time.
And is that the truth? Will you actually get in touch?
Oh, if that is the truth, or I can just say, you know, or I'll let you know if that changes. I always think, what is the most honest thing I can say?
So you're free for coffee.
Yeah.
But you don't want to go.
Yeah.
What do you say?
So I would probably just say, oh, thanks for inviting, you know, thanks for getting in touch, but I'm not available right now. And for me, that can mean emotionally available, like I don't have the space, you know, I'm tired, I'm not feeling it. And, you know, sometimes, though, it can also lead to a conversation. If it's just that, you know, I'm not feeling it, it might have to be that, oh, wait, why? If this keeps coming up for me, why don't I want to have coffee with this person? Maybe there's something going on here that I need to be honest with them about.
Well, so I was called out on exactly that similar scenario not so long ago with somebody that I'd known for a long time, but we drifted apart, but I just couldn't sort of say that. And then this person called me out and just said, I've asked you 3 times if we can meet for lunch and you're busy every time. And I kind of was busy every time. But I also wasn't then offering another date. I wasn't then offering, you know, let me do this or let's see this. And this person then said, you know, what's going on? And then I was honest in that instance. But then if I look back on and look at it on radical honesty, the first time the person had asked me, should I have been honest in your view at that point and just go, listen, I feel like we've drifted apart. We've had a lovely shared experience, but I just feel like our lives are too different now. She was devastated, by the way, that I'd said that. And it was quite upsetting for me to hear her being that upset. So it's I don't want to upset people, but at the same time, stringing them along is a lie, is it, would you say?
That's what I think. Like, what I've really learned from this is, you know, honesty is liberating. It might not be easy. Like, that's why we don't do it all the time, right? Because it can be painful for us, for them. But for me, it's incredibly liberating. And I've had to have conversations like that with a friend, for example. And for us, actually, she agreed. She agreed.
She's like, yeah, I don't really like you that much either.
We just realised we didn't have anything in common in the way that we used to, you know? And so it was actually a really beautiful, honest conversation. And obviously, it doesn't always go that way. But I am learning that by being really honest, I'm getting closer to the friends who are right for me and perhaps moving away from the ones who weren't. So I'm just living a more honest life.
Right, so here's some scenarios for you. OK, so we've done the meeting a friend in a cafe. OK, so, OK, here's another one. We were talking about this in the meeting. It's caused a huge conversation, by the way, this. I'm sure it will at home as well. When you receive a call or an email from your boss out of hours just saying, hey, would you mind just quickly, ... right? Yeah. What would you do if you do mind?
I'd be like, sorry, I'm not available.
To your boss?
Yeah. Because I wouldn't want to work for a culture where I'm having to do that. And I believe, you know, that if I respect myself, then they'll respect me too.
Yeah, but I was just saying in the meetings, I was like, if your boss texts you and you just go, no, I'm not available right now, you just think, well, that's my... they won't renew my contract.
I know, I'd be scared.
Right, OK. Samantha would be scared. She's scared of you this morning, Radhika. OK, your radical honesty is putting us all on edge. Right, OK, what about when dealing with children, right? So, your little one, right, has done a poem for you that they've got to recite for the end of term.
Yeah.
They do it, it's a bit ropey.
Yeah.
Right? Or they're singing and they don't sound like Samantha Barks. What do you do then? Do you say, that was glorious, I think you're amazing? Or do you say, listen, you're not that great, find something else to do?
So it's so funny you ask about children because I've actually just written a children's book all around my honesty.
Yes.
And it's called, The Girl Who Couldn't Lie. And it is all around a girl who is just like the little me, you know, a bit of a people pleaser. Because 12-year-old me, this girl, Priya Shah, she's 12, she just lies all the time to, you know, make everyone feel better, to be nice. And she ends up putting on this magic bangle that makes her tell the truth. So you're
saying, as adults, we shouldn't lie to our kids either, even if it's to help them feel better about themselves?
So what I'm trying to do is, you know, I've been meeting loads of children to speak about the book, and I'm learning to be honest with them, and I'm hoping to inspire them as well to be honest as well.
I think you're right. I think you're absolutely right. OK, so could you live a life without lying? We asked you in a poll. 41% said yes, 59% said no. So there's still some work to do out there. Fantastic conversation. Great to talk to you. Thanks so much, Radhika.
Thank you.
Yeah, nice to meet you.